Hey everybody, Travis at MUDCreek.com. Today I want to do a review of the Mountain House Biscuits and Gravy breakfast meal that they have. This is a brand new flavor that came out not too long ago here. I've honestly never tried it, so I'm a little excited to try it. It has buttermilk biscuits with gravy and pork patty crumbles. So this is going to be a new adventure for me, and I think it'll go pretty well. Mountain House tends to do things that are really good. Huge fan of biscuits and gravy just in general. I don't eat it all the time because it's not that healthy and not always easy to make. So I am excited about this because I think up hunting or fishing or backpacking and hiking, on a camping trip, this would be really just delicious to have and something to eat real quick. So I am very excited about it, so we'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and give you the specs real quick. The net weight on this is 4.94 ounces. It's it looks just like the other pouches. It's exactly the same size as like a regular entree pouch. It's not terribly heavy. It's pretty lightweight. It's going to stack real well if you stagger them like that, like I've talked about before. Let me give you the dimensions though, just so you see it. It's 9.5 inches by 8 inches by about 2 inches, I believe. And you can scrunch that down if you need to a little bit to get the dimensions that you need. So you always don't want to scrunch it too much because you don't want to break it up too much. I don't know that it'll hurt anything though, but real quick, the shelf life on this is 10 years. They used to be 7, but now they've been doing 10. And they'll say, they'll easily go up to 15 years. But what they advertise on the website is a good solid 10 years. And they've said that they've even eaten them. This is Mountain House, mind you. They've said they've even eaten them up to 30 years old, and they still taste fine. The only issue is that you might lose some flavor. Obviously when in doubt, as my wife always says, throw it out. But the good news about this is that you can definitely use this for food storage. So they put a manufacture date. This is pretty recent, January 20th, 2014. So that's kind of a nice thing. They don't actually do a expiration date anymore. They just do a manufacture date, so you can see when it was manufactured and kind of do the math from there. Because it's not an exact like this date it goes bad. It just kind of some general guidelines from Mountain House of when to use it up. So let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open and see what we've got. So just remember when you take it out, let me real quick just show you the ingredients and nutritional facts. So 1 cup prepared is 1 serving, and so serving sizes, there's 2 servings per container here. So 310 calories. So like I said, that's a pretty substantial amount of calories. That's 620 calories total for 1 pouch. If you decide to eat the thing alone, calories from fat is 130. 14 grams of fat. 10, you're gonna have a little more cholesterol, 10 milligrams of cholesterol. Total carbohydrates 35 grams, and protein 9 grams. You can see the contents or the ingredients here. Like I said, if you ever want to look at this and get a little more up close with it, feel free to pause this or come to my website at mudcreek.com, where we'll do a full written review as well, and also you can purchase this there, but you will see the full ingredient facts and things like that. But you see the general thing: buttermilk biscuits, some of the things that are in it. It does contain milk, soy, or wheat, so if you're allergic to those things, keep that in mind. So we're going to open the package. We're going to remove the oxygen absorber. This is, this is kind of cool. I like that they actually tell you this down here, but it says to add 1 3/4 cups of water, boiling water, but it says if you want to do a little thicker gravy, don't be afraid to add just 1.5 cups. I don't know that I've seen that on some of the other pouches. I like that they suggest that, if just give you some options. So, it's entirely up to you. I might even do 1.5 cups for this purposes. I'll probably just do 1 3/4 though, just to keep it consistent with what they suggest and tell you what that looks like. Go from there. So we're going to open this up. Don't spill it if you have it upside down, obviously. Just tear off that end, toss that piece or in the garbage, and we can take a look here. Here's the oxygen absorber. Get rid of that. It kind of looks like just almost like a bag of croutons right now, so be interested to see what it tastes like here. You can see the little sausage chunks, and we'll give it a go. I'm going to go ahead and put a little pad / rag type thing down here just to keep it from spilling everywhere. We'll go ahead and, look, it didn't have any water in that. We'll go ahead and get some water going. So set 1 3/4 cups. So this is in ounces. I just kind of have a rough idea. 8 ounces a cup, so we want to just go between the 12 The 16 mark, we'll call that good. Right there. So we will get this fired up. And get some water boiling. I'll come back here in a minute. I don't want to make you watch my water boil or anything like that. But we'll come back in a minute and get it initially mixed in, then we'll take another break and actually get it mixed up. So, alright, looks like we've got a good boil here, so we're going to go ahead and shut that off. You can hear it and starting to see a little bit of steam escape here, so we'll go ahead and shut that off. So what we're going to do is we're going to be careful here as you're doing this, but we're going to remove the lid, set that aside. Take the water here. Make sure you're holding back far enough on the handle that you don't burn yourself if you use something like this. This is the Optimus Crux Lite kit. So we'll go ahead and dump that in. We're going to go ahead and move this and set this to the side here. Alright, so there it is inside. You can see it's starting to kind of rehydrate a little bit. We're just going to go ahead and mix that around a little. Get that all in there. Make sure any of the stuff that's kind of fallen toward the bottom is mixed in nicely. We're going to go ahead and seal that up for 8 to 9 minutes. That kind of seems to be the typical time that Mountain House suggests. You know, if you go a little longer, I don't think that's that big a deal. You know, especially noodles. I mean, sometimes they can get a little too mushy if you're not into that. 8 to 9 minutes is a good minimum, though. It seems to, you know, for the most part with all these that we've done, it seems to be about spot on as far as making sure that, you know, it goes long enough and that everything gets rehydrated and tastes pretty good. So we'll be back in 8 to 9 minutes and show you what we've got. Hopefully it tastes as good as it looks. Alright everybody, we're back here with the Mountain House Biscuits and Gravy. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what we've got. We've let that sit for about 8 to 9 minutes, so hopefully everything looks pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. Mix that up just a little bit. And we'll go ahead and dump this in a bowl. You can at least see the contents as it is. I mean, it definitely looks like mush or something like that. I mean, it's just very, I mean, that's what biscuits and gravy essentially is. So, I mean, you don't have whole biscuits or anything like that. They're kind of like biscuit chunks. You know, like I said, they almost look like a crouton when I opened it up. So, we'll give this a go. I did the 1 3/4 of water. If I did it again, I'd probably do a little less. Looks like I could probably use a little less. I think I'd rather have a little thicker gravy, honestly, like they suggested that you do. So let's give it a go. We got a chunk of what appears to be, let me get you a close-up actually on this. Got a chunk of biscuit there, some sausage. Here's some sausage there as well. Just get a good all-around chunk here. Got some sausage and biscuit on there. Let's give it a try. You know, it's actually quite good. Like I said, the biggest complaint is I'd probably do a little less water. I probably could have let it sit for maybe just a minute or two longer, but it tastes quite a bit like biscuits and gravy. I actually really like the biscuit flavors in here. You know, some biscuits are kind of dry or kind of, I don't know, they just don't have a lot of flavor. It actually tends to have just, the biscuit itself tends to have a little bit of flavor. Not terribly salty or anything like that. You know, I'm not a huge, like, I like some salt, but I hate it when it's, you know, too much salt. They seem to season their stuff pretty well and not, you know, overkill it with seasoning. It looks like there's a hair of pepper in there maybe. And like I said, I think that's just right to me. I don't like too much seasoning, especially when I'm out in the woods. Yeah, I enjoy it. I think this will, you know, as far as their breakfasts go, I think this is probably one of my new favorites. Definitely put this in my rotation. You know, just some of the stuff, the eggs, you know, if you're not a huge egg guy, you may not like the eggs. It just depends. And so, if you're not a huge egg guy and just want some good solid carbs and some protein, this is not a bad option. I really enjoy it. Definitely throw this in like food storage or something like that. Like I said, this is the Mountain House Biscuits and Gravy. So hopefully you enjoyed the review here. Come check us out at mudcreek.com. It's 2 D's in the mud. Just remember that. We'll also put the link in the YouTube description, and then also as well we'll try to have a link up top there so you can easily click it and come check it out. But we'll do a full written review as well here eventually, and then but you can come purchase this there. We'll get this on the website here shortly. But appreciate you guys. Appreciate your business and your feedback on these reviews. Thank you.